Namaste to Guruji. Jai Guruji Auntie.
Jai Guruji. Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji.
Namaste, Sat Sangat ji, and again welcome to this platform where we dive so much deeper and deeper into life, and we keep trying and finding ways and answers to lead this life in the best possible way, so that we can actually reap the benefits of what Guruji has to offer us, what our Lord Shiv, when he came down on this earth in the form of our Guru, he wants to bless us all. He wants to offer us so many blessings. We through these, through all these episodes of talking, the whole attempt is to just make ourselves worthy enough to receive what he wants to give us. And that can only and only happen if we try and get into ourselves more and more and try to understand our mind, the way we're thinking, the way we are feeling, the way we are acting. And if all of these things are aligning with our Guru, ये पूरी की पूरी जो अटेम्प्ट है वो जिंदगी को एक थोड़ी गहरी नजर से देखने के लिए है, ताकि हम चीजों को थोड़ी और गहराई से समझें और सुपरफिशियली गुरुजी के पास ना बैठ के छोटी छोटी चीजें मांगे, बट हम ये गुरुजी से मांगे कि ये वाला जो हमारा जो जन्म है वो किसी तरीके से गुरुजी हमें हेल्प करें टू क्रॉस इट विथ changing ourselves and with evolving ourselves. बिकॉज अगर हम गुरुजी के पास आए हैं और हमारे अंदर कोई एवोल्यूशन नहीं है और हमारे अंदर कोई चेंज नहीं है और हमारे अंदर कोई भी ऐसी ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन नहीं है, तो इट्स बीन an absolute waste of reaching his feet, because the actual grace is only and only if we work on transforming ourselves. And if we don't do that, then we have wasted the whole essence of seeing the Lord and seeing the God right in front of us. So these ways and all these things that we have been talking about on this platform in all the previous chapters is only to bring us a little bit more closer to understanding that yes, we can do it. We have it in us to do it because we have His grace. We have Him with us to help us do it. Today we're talking about how we can move on this path to find grace and to find his love. We all know, and how Guruji has also taught us over the years and is still teaching us, that we know that beyond the rituals, it is the sincerity of the heart that draws Shivji's, Guruji's embrace. We need to understand this very, very clearly, and we need to understand its importance. I'll repeat this line once again. Beyond all the rituals in lives, it is the sincerity of the heart that draws us to our Guru or Shivji's embrace and his blessings. The essence of devotion lies in the purity of your heart, for it is the sincerity of your love, not the grandeur of your ritual, that pleases Guruji, the eternal source who satisfies all divine aspirations. अगर हम ये चीज को हमेशा याद रखें, तो हम ऊपर की दिखावा वाली जो चीजें हैं उससे दूर हटके अगर हम पहले अपनी आत्मा की तरफ और अपने सोल की तरफ देखें और हम ये ध्यान लगाएं कि हमारा जो गुरुजी की तरफ जो प्यार है और जो गुरुजी की तरफ जो हम देना चाहते हैं उसमें बहुत ज्यादा सिंसियरिटी और बहुत ज्यादा ट्रूथफुलनेस हो, तो हमें जरूर गुरुजी will bless us and Guruji will be by our side. This is very important because Guruji kept us away from all rituals. He kept us away from everything, and time and again he kept telling us that बंदा बन जाओ और अंदर से अपने सोल को साफ करो. Today, seekers drawn to the deeper traditions can explore ancient practices with reverence. But please know this for sure, that Guruji's love embraces all, those who worship with elaborate rites and those who offer only the quiet longing of the heart. I'll repeat this. Seekers are drawn to deeper traditions and they can explore all ancient practices with reverence. But know this, that Guruji's love embraces everyone, those who worship him with elaborate rites and also those who offer only the quiet longing of the heart. So never think even for 1 second that आपके कोई कमी आ गई in terms of materially offering him things, because he is not looking at that. He is only and only looking at how much you long for him, how much you pray that he should be there by your side. And the more you long for him, and the more you pray that he should be there by your side, he will be there. True worship is not measured by the complexity of rituals, but by the clarity of love. In stillness and simplicity, but we meet Guruji not as a distant God, but as the beloved present within us. Rituals may guide the hands, devotion fulfills the heart, and the quiet offering of love, the eternal dance of union begins. Remember, bhakti is the boat, and the name of Ram is the helmsman, and the grace of Guruji is the favorable wind. These are lines which have been spoken by Brahma. When the heart is pure, even the simplest offering becomes sacred. It is not through outer action, but through inner surrender that we are drawn into Guruji's embrace. Devotion becomes the vessel that carries the soul across the vast ocean of life, guided by the gentle current of divine grace. Time and again, we have seen this and we have understood this. But are we actually doing it? Is a question we need to ask ourselves. We need to understand that no complexity of rituals and no complex prayers will make us, get Guruji's blessings. But even the simplest offering in front of him, done with a heart that is pure, will reach him. And we need to keep checking and keep seeing that our offerings are only and only with this feeling. Through each simple offering, the soul pours its longing into the divine stream of remembrance, setting the stage for deeper quest towards liberation. Having prepared the outer body and space for worship, the journey always turns to the inner heart of devotion. Always remember that you can do as much preparation outside, but as long as the heart is not ready, the heart is not ready for devotion and the heart is not ready to surrender to him, you will not be receiving or understanding his grace. Guruji does not measure the object placed before him. He feels the heart that offers it. A single flower gathered with faith and offered with devotion carries more weight than the grandest display mode without sincerity. True worship is the quiet surrender of the soul. It is the longing behind the act, the silent call toward something greater that transforms even the humblest offering into a step on the path of liberation. It is the heart that conquers, not the brain. Through each art of remembrance, we are always invited to move beyond outer forms. Slowly, the soul awakens to a deeper truth. Not only the worshipper, but worship itself dissolves, and what remains is our union with Guruji's grace. True offering is not the end of the path, it is the door to the greater mystery, the journey beyond bondage towards the soul's final liberation. Please understand, Sangaji, that if we really want liberation, if we really want moksha, if we really want to be free of whatever bondages we are in and whatever, whatever our shackles are in this life, we have to again and again understand that there should be an absolute truthfulness in surrendering and in our prayers towards Guruji. Because even if you do the simplest of prayer with the simplest of offering, be rest assured if it is done with a heart that is pure, if it is done with the heart that is absolutely faithful and in humility, it will be taken by Guruji and he will shower his blessings on us. Through all of this, we are led actually beyond the formation of the universe to the mystery of liberation. Because creation is not merely the unfolding of life, it is the stage of the soul's awakening. We need to understand this. We all need to get liberated. We all need to go past all the human form of our, sufferings or our bondages. We need to rise above all of that. At the same time, we must remember that when ego falls, grace rises. Liberation is through knowledge over the creation of transient beings. It reflects the profound spiritual principle that deliverance arises from inner awakening and guidance. We must remember that only when ego is dissolved will we receive his grace. Even Brahma's longing to create was sincere, but it was only when his ego was dissolved into helpless tears that the divine wisdom emerged. From that surrender, Rudra manifested, not just to destroy, but to awaken. We must remember this line, which is from the ancient Guru Strotam, which says, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Ve Nama. The Guru is Brahma, the Guru is Vishnu, the Guru is Maheshwara Shiva. The Guru is where there is supreme salutation. Through silence and grace, Guruji awakens our soul. For those ready to cross beyond birth and death, Guruji manifests and appears as the hand of liberation itself. We must remember that if we want complete freedom and liberation in our life, we have to reach this level by purifying ourselves from deep within. Life does not begin with creation alone. It awakens through longing, through grace, and through the quiet presence of our Guru. Understanding Guruji, dealing and seeing and feeling what he is doing to us and for us requires a very, very calm state of mind. It requires that we should be free of all our inner voices and turmoils to listen to him with as much silence and as much humility as possible. And this requires work. This requires work by ourselves. Today, we are all so restless, so impatient to get answers from Guruji. Probably the answers are already there. The answers are there in your heart. They are there. He's showing the way. But only when we calm our minds down, only when we calm the inner chaos, the inner voice within us, can we actually hear what is it that he's trying to tell us. Guruji is not someone we find, but Guruji is the light that has always been walking beside us, lifetime after lifetime. Sometimes unseen, always present. Just as Brahma's yearning awakened the divine presence, so too does our longing draw grace into our life. Kabir reminds us, Guru Gobind dau khade, kake lage koi, Balhari Guru aapne, Govind diyo bataye. Guru and God both stand before me. Whose feet should I touch first? I bow first to the Guru, for it is he who showed me God. And in our case, our Guru and God is one. So there is no confusion. We always bow down and always sar jhukao in front of our Guruji. In every birth, behind every seeking heart, the silently Guruji remains, guiding, waiting, and gently awakening our soul to its own light. True creation includes the potential for liberation. Beyond form and birth lies the path of remembrance and release. We must understand again and again that when there is no confusion in life and when there is enough of proof to show that our Guru, God, Lord Shiv, everyone is just one. We need to bow down in front of him with as much of humility, destroying our ego, removing all kinds of logic, removing all kinds of confusion inside our hearts to understand that he is actually paving our way for liberation. We must also know that as the world unfolds, Dharma faces its quiet tests, not in the heavens, but here in the human form. And we have to fight these kind of battles. We have to fight whatever comes in front of us, because it is here that we need to pass all of these tests that are put in front of us. When truth is abandoned, the fall begins. A fall in life never happens all at once. It starts quietly, with small wrong choices, hidden mistakes, and the silence that follows. When we turn away from dharma, even for what feels like love or protection, we slowly lose our clarity, and the heart drifts without even knowing it. When actions go wrong, even the mind loses its way. A lot of stories show us that love cannot hide the truth, and silence cannot protect what only dharma can hold together. But even in these dark moments, grace remains, not to stop us from falling, but to wait patiently until we are ready to return. Our Guru is always waiting and, making room or making space for us to even when we make mistakes, for us to get up and come back. हम कितनी कितनी गलतियां करते हैं, कितने मिस्टेक्स करते हैं, पर गुरुजी कभी भी हमारा हाथ नहीं छोड़ते. वो बार बार वेट करते हैं कि we realize what we have done. We realize the mistakes of our actions, of our thoughts, of our deeds. And he's waiting to embrace us again. So never be scared that he will not take you back. He's always there to take us back. But the work that we need to do, which is to understand that we have to follow the path of truthfulness, and we need to understand that we need to be doing our dharma with sincerity. That is our job. And dharma begins at home. Even sacred lineage cannot protect those who turn away from their duties. Hidden wrongdoing ripens quietly. Small acts of a dharma, when left unchecked, can unravel generations and generations of merit. The mother's silence reflects a deeper dharmic conflict. Sometimes love becomes a veil over truth, and even कि हमारे साथ जो लोगों ने गलत करा, या हमारे साथ जो गलत होता है, या हम किसी के साथ गलत करते हैं, तो शायद ये चीजें इस जन्म में ऐसे ही निकल जाएंगी. Remember always that karma always catches up. And with Guruji by our side, there is always justice, always. But we are nobody to get up or to think bad about anyone, or to get into this whole mode of, getting into a revenge mode, or getting into a state where we wish harm even for those people who harm us. But we must at the same time work gracefully, move away from a situation or environments that don't serve us in our path towards our Guru, and leave the rest to him, because it is in this life that karma will catch up. And we've always seen that it is very, very important to be by the side of truth. Sometimes it is very difficult to make a choice, and it is very difficult to understand how to stand up for the truth. And the example is very probably very clear and is very common when it comes to a mother. But still, always remember that choose truth over love, because love only masks the truth for some time. So choose that path, even though it's the difficult path, because we have our Guru with us. There are so many teachings that Guruji has given to us. It is so many things that he has taught us, even without giving, pravachan, but through learnings, through our life. Each incident in our life is a teaching. Each Shabad has a teaching. Each message has a teaching. Each thought coming into our heart is a teaching in this life. What a beautiful way of, learning what he wants to tell us. Also, at the same time, remember that even the smallest glimmer of devotion can lead to divine transformation. Even those people who are not fully, you know in devotion towards Guruji, but have very very small seeds of devotion, even they will be blessed. Grace is the hand extended to us. Dharma is the path we must walk. Guruji forgives readily, but he also guides us silently towards the discipline that sustains liberation. What you cannot do by your own effort, Guruji's grace can accomplish. In the company of such grace, even the most stubborn can cross the ocean of existence. The lesson is simple. Grace lifts, but dharma leads. Guruji's compassion is boundless, but it calls us not to complacency, but to awakened responsibility. Today, the whole feeling that we should be, taking it easy in our responsibilities in life is not the path towards understanding his grace, but it is about understanding that dharma we need to do with utmost sincerity, and we need to take our responsibilities very very seriously. Always remember, Guruji sees the intention behind actions and not just the actions themselves. Even a single act of light can evoke Guruji's blessings. And this is something which we need to remember all the time. We must know that deep devotion and severe penance can lead to a rare blessing, that is eternal friendship with Guruji. It reminds us that devotion, when pure, opens the way to divine grace and companionship. Shivji's grace is not earned by austerities alone, but by the purity of our heart, a heart that soughts only for love and to serve him, to do seva. We must remember that we need to maintain our humility even in devotion. True devotion is not a transaction, it is an offering of love without expectation. We too may we too light the lamp of devotion, however small, and trust that Guruji's grace will meet us there in the quiet purity of our heart. True wealth lies in devotion, humility, and alignment with Guruji's will. Tapasya earns merit, but grace completes transformation. And divine friendship is not random, it is the fruit of dharma and surrender. Even unintentional moments carry spiritual lessons and blessings. And remember, Shivji remains eternally besides us and besides those who love him with extreme purity and a pure heart. I hope you understand that today's entire understanding is that it is not difficult, yet it is difficult to receive his grace, because many times we feel it is our right that Guruji should be blessing us. It is our right to understand what Guruji is doing. It is our right to receive his, his answers. Every time, Sangaji, look into yourself and see what is it that you are not doing right. What is it that is not in alignment with Guruji's path? Because it is only then that there is confusion. Once we align ourselves with him and with the path that he wants us to be on, we will find our answers. And we will find the answers also by doing what we have to do, what is our dharma. True sanctity is not bound to just being all on your own. It is found wherever the divine dwells in stillness and love. The Guru Granth Sahib says, Ghar ghar andar dharamshal. In every heart there is a sacred shrine. And the truth is echoed in Guruji's words. Make your heart a temple and Guruji will dwell there. So in order to make your heart temple, you understand how much of purity you need to bring into your soul. Because only when your heart is purified from within can Guruji actually come and sit in that place. If you really want him to be inside you, you need to clean that place for him. Faith, whoever hears sacred stories knows that with faith, there is peace in this life and liberation in the next. So always remember to basically keep yourself on the right path and keep checking yourself with what your thoughts and your mind are. The space to receive Guruji's blessings is within you, Sangaji. It's in your own heart. So let's all create that space in us, clean it up as much as possible so that He resides inside us and He guides us directly within you, within communication, to you directly from your own soul. But the work is endless and there is a lot of work to do in order for this to happen. I will end this over here because I feel that today's essence is in understanding that it is not difficult to understand what Guruji is trying to tell each one of us in our lives. But it is up to us to step up and to raise the bar for ourselves by cleaning ourselves as much as possible from within so that our Guru can step inside our heart and reside there and show us the way ahead. Jai Guruji.
Jai Guruji Auntie, thank you so much. Indeed, a beautiful reading. And so many things we again have to think about and rehear the recording. So thank you so much. Sangaji, thank you for joining, and we'll see you all next week, Monday.